Patrick Jordan said he and collaborators Dave Mansueto and Pete Spinda initially expected a shorter run.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Alone Together Pittsburgh. And you are not confused. That was more than just your regular animal videos or animal breaks. That was a little promo for the Allies Ball, which is coming up tomorrow, which is going to be a topic of discussion all night tonight. We're going to be talking about it. It is tomorrow. It is the takeover. They will be taking over Alone Together for the Allies Ball. It'll be similar to last year, but different because there will be live components of the Allies Ball. They will be doing it live in parks, outdoors, doing it. There'll also be an online thing. You can watch it from home, and you can also go there. We're going to talk more about it, more people to talk about it. Natalie Bensavenga is going to be hosting it, along with a couple other amazing people, Marty Cummings and Miracle Jones herself. So it's going to be great. Donna, you did not take a hit of acid. It was all planned. But I mean, if you want to tomorrow, don't tell us about it. You just take care of yourself. Anyway, this is Alone Together Pittsburgh. This is episode 190. That's right, another round number notch on the tombstone. Anyway, we're here. We're still doing it. We started this show to keep a sense of community, and we continue to do so until this is done. We've gotten news that we are closer and closer to lifting the mask mandate. The occupancy mandate's going up soon, so we are close to the end of this thing. That said, there were still 47 cases of COVID-19 in Allegheny County, which is it's terrible, but like amazing, right? That we are down. We are not in the hundreds anymore. We are working our way to zero. And thank you all for that. Thank you for continuing to wear your masks. But seriously, thank you for getting the shot. I mean, thank you for going out and getting that shot, getting vaccinated, and taking care of everybody else in the process. So we thank you for that. And if you haven't gotten that shot yet, John Travolta has something to tell you.
Shot! I am if you let me. Hey, someone fucking stop! Will you stop talking to me? Start talking to her! Yeah, right!
Get the shot! All right, so you don't need to hear it from me. That's enough. That's my thing. So anyway, a couple of things ticking below us. That is our Venmo. It is @TogetherPGH. If you want to kick in a couple of bucks because this is episode 190, Kip Mueller just said so. He can't believe it either. So we are rolling in on 200 and possibly the end of Alone Together Pittsburgh as you know it. So we've been doing 3 to 4 shows a week nonstop since a couple of days before the pandemic began or since the lockdown happened. We continue to do so. So we have a fantastic show lined up for you tonight. It is so action-packed. It is a regular contributor bonanza, okay? Because we're getting taken over tomorrow with the Allies ball, right? So tomorrow's regular contributors, Natalie Bensavenga is here tonight. We got 5 minutes with. And we're also going to have a little Ask Natalie advice, right, tonight. So we're going to have a twofer there. Dave BRACEY is going to be here tonight, talk about some local brews. But also, it is Thursday, folks. Don't get confused because Kate Romane is here tonight to talk about what Kate ate. She's been to some fantastic takeout places and a couple other things that she's got to tell us about what's going on at the Radish, the Black Radish Kitchen, that is. So we are excited. It is going to be a great show lined up for you tonight. Believe you me. Last night was also a hot show. We had Doug Oster here last night from Farm to Table. They brought him over and in our Buy Fresh, Buy Local segment. He answered questions. We bogarted it. It was mostly our questions, but a wealth of information. If you want to know about when to plant, what to do, and how to water, watch last night's show. And you also got some pretty sweet pictures of Pete's raised gardens going into year 2 of his pandemic project from a year ago. Isn't that right, Pete?
Yep.
Pete, I don't understand. I can't believe, like, I'm looking at you and there's like sun coming in the window in the back. How did we get here?
You know, the earth revolves around the sun, Patrick, and
Tell me more.
Times a year. Yeah.
I got a question for you. Sunburnt Sam.
Yeah, man. Like, check out my forehead. I got some nasty sunburn. My neck is like, see that? Can you see that?
You got a little farmer tan action, but I wouldn't say it's nasty. Is it peeling?
Like, it's like,
oh, gosh.
I guess farmer's tan. It's like, yeah.
That's some stat. Yeah.
Take the shirt off so we can get a better look here.
And I got sunburn on my scalp today too, which really hurts. Like it's like
with
feels
all
like
that
my
hair?
head's a million degrees. Yeah, actually.
Oh man, dude, that sucks.
Yeah.
That's painful.
It was supposed to be cooler today, so I was outside. I didn't realize.
Well, the cool doesn't matter with the sun
in the sky.
Don't you have a hat? I could see you wearing one of those like pith helmets, like one of those bigger hats with the round brim.
I used to have one of those nice straw hats.
That's what I was thinking. Like with as much as you work outside, I was thinking I could see you wearing that.
Today I could have used it because tomorrow I'm gonna really feel it. Like my neck's like feels like I could cook pancakes on it.
Well, no, it's that high. See, it doesn't look that bad. See, right now I'm on my way to turning it more and more into a vampire.
I can tell.
It's happening because the lights are bright, right? There's daylight out there, and my webcam settings aren't working because my memory is full, and I've got nothing. I've got no messages. I've like literally my computer. I'm surprised that it is doing this. I'm charging my phone in case this kicks out. I got a question though. Do we have an in-show poll?
I don't know. Do we?
We don't have any time for an in-show poll.
We don't have time for an in-show poll tonight, but I will tell you something special about Engine House 25, who usually sponsors the in-show poll, but we're just going to give them the plug that they deserve right now. EH25.com. Go to the website. Check it out. They've got some of the best wine you are going to find anywhere. I will put it up against anything. Take the Pepsi challenge with it. Trust me. The grapes come from everywhere, from Napa to Chile, everywhere in between. These aren't Mon Valley grapes, but they've got a great selection of reds. They've got a good selection of whites. And if you say that you found out about them from Alone Together Pittsburgh, you get $5 off per bottle. They are still delivering for the next few weeks while the pandemic's still going on. It's not raging, but they're still being cool. They're still doing curbside if you want it, but the tasting room should be open again now. And so is Lola's Eatery. And the Clemente Museum is also giving tours. So there's a triple plug to one of my favorite corners, 3339 Penn Avenue, down there where the Strip District meets Lawrenceville. Go to eh25.com.
This one's my favorite right here.
Carmenere?
Carmenere, that's my fave right there. Boom, boom, boom.
Anything else you like while you're on the thing?
I'm gonna just show people, just in case you're like, because there's a lot of like, you can have that paralysis of choice. I want to help you out. You want to get yourself the Meritage or the Carmenere. If you're into reds, that's Dave's choice.
Those are big bottles. So remember to use get the $5 off. And enjoy those. The Carmenere is fantastic. There's just about everything there is fantastic, and they're very low in sulfites, so very low in hangovers. Just putting that out there. We did a show where everybody did a taste test, a blind taste test with Engine House 25 a while ago with the whole crew. Did you have a hangover, Pete, or you didn't drink? Did you not drink that night?
I did. I drank that night, I believe. Yeah.
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 You had a hangover?
We drank so much wine.
We had like 3 bottles per person. It got out of hand. Like as looking back on past shows, that one will stand out because at 1 hour it was like the perfect show, right? And then Dwayne Reeder, the purveyor, the vintner from Engine House 25, was like, all right, now everyone, we have to go around one more time and try the wine again. And everyone did that. And it was like, it begins, and it just fell off a cliff. And then an hour and a half later, I think somebody was singing Danny Boy. Anyway, enough about that. Great show lined up for you tonight. I want to get to it, right? So, Dave, what do you think we should do? Should we just roll 5 minutes with, or should we bring out Natalie to do an intro? What do you think?
Let's roll.
Let's roll. We'll talk to Natalie Bensavenga on the other side of this 5 minutes with.
Hey everyone, I'm Natalie Bensavenga, host of 5 Minutes With. And this week, I am so excited to have Miracle Jones. She is the Director of Policy and Advocacy at One Hood Media. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for having me, Natalie. It's such an honor.
Oh, it's such an honor to have you. I've been admiring you and your work for so long, and I'm so excited that we're finally connecting on this platform. So could you share a little bit about yourself with everybody that's watching?
Yes, I am a transplant to Pittsburgh. I came from Georgia to Pitt for school. I came for law school, and then I stayed for social work because obviously I just like to torture myself through learning. But I really love the food scene here in Pittsburgh. I'm always like at Grandma B's. I'm like always like finding out like new places like to eat, to hang out, to go through, and even through like this past year, I think it's been one of the silver linings is so many people moved to digital spaces. So we're finding out about new food places, new communities to get involved in and to support. So I've been very excited and very like happy now that people are kind of like engaging community a little more, and we're slowly starting to reopen. But I'm a foodie. I love art. I love music. I love, reading. I love to like go outside and just like, walk around. I love the art scene. So that's basically just me. I'm sometimes a little introverted, which is like kind of funny because I'm doing like a lot of the work like with One Hood, and we're still such a front-facing organization. But usually if you give me a book, some food, and like a blanket outside, I'm like so happy. So that's pretty much like who I am and some of the things that I do.
That sounds wonderful. You mentioned social work. Do you have your MSW? Are you a therapist? What was your angle there?
Yes, I got my MSW. So in, I think, my final career, I kind of want to run a reentry nonprofit. And so I wanted to get my MSW to learn more about like nonprofit management and doing direct services. I am not a therapist. I do sometimes flirt with getting my LCSW, but I think I'm gonna stay out of school for like a couple of years to see what like the real world is actually like for now. But yeah, so that's why I continued on with school. So I'm very excited and like grateful for all the things like Pittsburgh like has to offer, especially with like in the world of nonprofit work.
Well, the reason I brought that up was because I also have my MSW, and now I think it's so funny that we both found ourselves now moving from the social work sort of more traditional sense into utilizing those skills and how you can shape media and policy and how you can support people from that space. So I think that's so interesting that I'm not the only one that's sort of taken this other route into journalism and into the world of media. And speaking of which, with One Hood, you do the Power Hours. So can you talk a little bit about that initiative and in general, just the great things that you're doing with One Hood Media?
Yes. So with like One Hood, we had this conversation about what is missing in the media landscape and how are we able to engage and empower folks to know what's going on in their communities and kind of remove some of like the barriers and the mystery behind it all. So with our C4, One Hood Power, we started doing these power hours where we were just talking to elected officials and decision makers about issues that were impacting the community and also legislation. And then from that, we started the Sunday night sit downs because we wanted to see like what motivates people to run for office, to be advocates, like what is the reason that we see some of these legislations, what is like the hurdles and the roadblocks, kind of to make people and power seem a lot more accessible and a lot more like human and friendly, because, you know, when people become elected officials, there's sometimes it's like this automatic like a deference that we give to people. We kind of forget that they're humans. So we did that. And then we also do like This Week in White Supremacy, what Black Pittsburgh needs to know, and Ask a Black Doctor. Again, we're just trying to like educate people, entertain people, and like empower people to know what's going on. There's so much like misinformation, disinformation out there. So we were like, okay, we have these platforms, we have these skill sets. I am a political nerd, you know, so I'm reading all these books. I know a lot about like the history of things, but let's like bring this all to the forefront. Let's engage with folks. And so we've been doing a lot of programming, and that we're still going to be doing even now that stuff is opening up, doing some like in-person recordings. And, you know, we do like Next Level Slam. So we're still trying to keep like the art aspect in everything that we do, just to make it like a lot more happier and accessible and more friendly, so that like when we're talking about really hard, difficult subjects, we don't overwhelm and depress folks. So that's some of the things that we've been doing. It's been very organic and such a blessing that people actually like the programs that we put out.
Well, I'm a huge fan, in particular This Week in White Supremacy. And because I just, first of all, I thought it was such a clever name, and it really caught my attention. I was like, what is this? And I had to learn more. And, you know, I think it's really important that language is framed in a way that it says what it says, and we're not using coded language. And the fact that you're just putting it out there for what it is, I think reframing it is something really positive that you don't see a lot in media. So is that something that's sort of in your minds as you're working through how you're going to talk about issues, is just putting out the language that means what it says, so to speak?
Yes, we do a lot of, we call it kind of like course correcting, but with language, you know, we've been building like allyship and community. And so we're very specific about the language that we use and the language that we don't use. So we had some of our Jewish brothers and sisters come to us and say, hey, there are certain words that are triggers and disrespectful to our communities. Make sure you don't say these things. Make sure that you are, when you're talking about these issues, that you're not creating places that will make us feel pressured or places that we feel like we're going to be attacked. We had like some of our queer communities talk about, hey, we want to make sure that when you say these things that you're not putting our communities in the crosshair. We've had people from the disability community say, hey, can you make sure that you don't say things are crazy or things are violent, because it is this history of like pain and trauma. And so you'll see sometimes on the show, we'll literally catch ourselves like as we're talking about, oh, you know what, that's problematic, or that was ableist, or we need to find a different way to say this thing. And so we're like learning and growing together. And I think that that's one of the reasons that people like our shows, is that we're human. We talk about the flaws and the mistakes that we make. We talk about like our personal issues, our personal biases, and like how we're trying to navigate and learn and grow. And so people feel like they're on this journey with us, and that people can push back. You know, we don't live in a silo, so people disagree with us in the comments, and we get to go back and forth and have conversation, which is why I think people really tune in, because they see that we take their voice and their opinions seriously, even if they differ from ours.
And I totally hear that. And so when we're looking at like the bigger picture, and we look from last summer of 2020 to this summer now moving into 2021, which also feels like 100 years as well as like a blink of an eye, which is so strange in and of itself. But there was so much happening in our communities, all of the mobilization efforts, the Black Lives Matter movement that brought us now to here. And now we have, and you had a very special, instead of This Week in White Supremacy, it was This Week in Black Excellence, and you had something focused on the mayor-elect to be, Ed Gainey. And so my thought is for you, or my question is, do you think we would have seen Ed Gainey win had we not had all of these experiences from last summer to now? And do you really see a lasting impact maybe outside of this election space where you're seeing actual change on the ground in the work of anti-racism?
Yes, absolutely, without a doubt. Ed Gainey does not get elected without this past year, because we, and I'm talking about we as in like the Pittsburgh community, made a concerted effort to actually get to know each other, to work together, to have conversations, to build and learn about how we were all impacted. You know, we talk about the Tale of Two Cities, but you know, we've had people, for me, one of the biggest things I learned about was disability community. They were talking about like how, you know, there's places we can't go. There's buildings that are not accessible to us. You know, we were working with the immigrant community who were talking about being pushed out and shut out. And we were like, this is not the 1920s, right? So we've been like very intentional, again, like we as the broader Pittsburgh community, about learning and growing. And so when these elections came out, you saw people from all across the county going, giving people rides, educating, creating platforms. And that did not happen a couple of years ago on the same scale that it happens now. And so you see anti-racist work groups, you see mentorships coming out. You see businesses talking about they're going to be adopting different high schools. You see community cleanups, like, right? A few years ago, people were like, we're not going into the hills and the homes, right? You know, the hill districts, the home says we stay out of those. And now you see people actively coming, not to gentrify, but to volunteer, to work together. So I see the seedlings of change. We're not where we need to be, right? Because we still have to correct and repair some of the harms that have been done. But I think people feel comfortable asking questions now, feel comfortable saying they weren't aware, they didn't know, and they want to get involved. And you see a lot of organizations, corporations, nonprofits actually starting to have those tough conversations, but followed up with actions. And so we see a difference. And I think that we're going to continue to see a difference regardless of who's in office. And you're going to see more mutual aid, more people coming together. And so hopefully this will be a place where everyone can thrive and everyone can feel comfortable and seen and supported.
I love that. And not to shift gears, but I'm going to shift gears because you and I are doing something very fun together this Friday. And I'm so excited because for anybody that didn't know, last year, Miracle and I co-hosted the Allies Ball with the amazing Marty Cummings, who is based in New York City. And the three of us got to have actually a lot of fun in the midst of a very difficult time, sharing the great work of Allies. So having said all of that, this year, we're going to be live with each other, which I am so excited about. So what made you decide to want to be a part of the Allies Ball?
One, I love the fact that it's about like healthcare that's affordable and accessible. And I was like, this is so cool. And I was like, I get to dress up. This is amazing. This year is like a 70s theme. And I'm like still picking out my like outfit because I'm like, I have so much inspiration. But learning about what like Allies was doing for the community and how they're providing such necessary resources is like why I got involved. And then I was like, this is a ball, this is a party, this is fun, like I am in there. And so that's why I'm doing it again for the second year. And the fact that we can do it in person, I'm so excited. Like it's gonna be so much fun. I'm like to watch Marty perform in person. I think it's gonna be like I don't think anyone's ready.
Yeah, I agree. And they've had a whole year to sort of prep for this moment. So I know they're going to bring it. It's going to be amazing. And so just so everybody knows, there's also a free-for-all dance party that anybody can attend and be a part of. And then we're going to be hosting the Feed Your Head online show, which I'm really excited about. You can still get your ball in a box, so you can have some goodies and some drinks while you watch the show. It's going to be so exciting. I'm so honored to be a part of it with you. It's going to be at Shenley Plaza. I just can't wait to hug. Am I allowed to hug you?
Yes, I'm a hugger. I would really double mask and wear a face shield so I could hug people during the pandemic. I am Southern. I am a hugger. So yes, I give permission to hug. Okay. It's gonna be so much fun.
Well, I can't wait. I appreciate you so much and the incredible work that you do to build equity in our communities. I can't wait to see you this Friday, and I hope everyone can join us. So thank you so much, Miracle, for spending just a little bit more than 5 minutes with me.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Yeah, Miracle's fantastic.
She's the best.
Yeah, she's so great.
Excited because I haven't seen anybody. You know what I mean?
I thought you were going to jump through the screen and hug Miracle. I thought you were going to like literally find a way to like just get in there. Like I thought it was going to happen. I felt like I was watching the moment. Like, can we hug? Are we hugging? Is it happening? And I'm like, oh man, I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow night at Allies Ball.
I'm going to be a big mush mess because I'm just going to be hugging everybody that's going to let me. So it's going to be awesome.
A big mush mess. All right. Yeah. So tune in tomorrow to what was it? The Feed Your Head. What was it? The
Feed Your Head. It's the live show, but it's going to be streaming online, obviously, because we're going to be taking over Alone Together. It's going to be awesome.
Where are you gonna be? Like, what's your location? Are you moving? Are you like moving from place to place? Or are you just gonna be at like
I think we're supposed to be down at Shenley Plaza, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, great.
Yeah, it's supposed to be in Miracle. I think Marty, they are going to be still in New York, so they'll be
I mean like in Shenley Plaza, are you gonna have like a tent that's yours? Oh. Are you gonna be like free form flowing?
I honestly, I'm not really sure.
Well, that's exciting.
I feel like I'm gonna get there tomorrow and they're gonna just tell me what to do and be like, on it. But I'm not really sure. But most importantly, I do have an outfit. And really all that matters, Patrick.
Hey, all I know is
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll look good.
I know a lot of people, right? And a lot of people that like to get dressed up. You definitely had more looks during the pandemic than most. I will say that somehow you found a way to still be fashion forward.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. And so the links and everything for Allies Ball, how you can get involved and how you can catch in and watch and even go to it, they're in our comments there. And we're really excited and honored to be a part of it. Hello, Richard Parsakian.
Richard's been an amazing supporter of Allies for so long, and he's such a staple in the LGBTQIA community, and he's such a pillar, and I just respect and love him so much.
Just the overall Pittsburgh community is he's part of the
family. He's amazing.
Yes. All right. So fashion rules with Natalie. All right. So speaking of which, usually we switched up the order of things right now because we wanted to open with the 5 minutes with and get and talk to Miracle. I know you guys are talking about allies and we have an allies theme going here, but we do a segment usually on Fridays called Ask Natalie Advice, but a wrinkle that we're going to put into it for tonight.
Okay.
Let's get some of the crew. Hey, Dave, who's in the wings? Who do we have in the green room, Dave Mansueto?
We got the maestro, but no Mr. BREWS yet. So.
Okay, so that's fine. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's fire it up. Let's bring out Kate Romane, Chef Kate Romane. Let's bring her a little early for what would be her normal slot here. And before we talk about what they ate, we talk about what's Kate eating. That's right. Chef Kate Romane normally goes to different locations, at different restaurants and takeout spots to let us know to report back. She's been doing it the whole pandemic, but tonight it looks like she is just gorging on pirate booty. She loves that booty.
Right? This house loves this shit. Come on. Oh, come on, like 5 minutes ago. Damn it.
Well, the throws were fantastic.
Yeah, that was
they hit him off. They hit him on the nose.
There you go. Almost.
This is what we do.
Hey, look, he's got another half hour. We're gonna work it. We'll get that going. Kate, how are you?
I'm okay.
So before we eat the pirate booty, is the pirate booty currently in one of the dishes at Black Radish Kitchen, or did you just happen to have a case handy?
I'm still working through a case that I got. It used to be part of a snack mix we made for a local distillery. It's a secret ingredient, and it was on like a
Snacks
regular.
found the ones you threw. Snacks just found them.
He better get him out of the couch. It was on a regular delivery to my house, and so I got an entire case of this stuff at the beginning of the pandemic, and I'm still working through it.
All right, well, that's cool. I just didn't know if there was something to look forward to with Black Radish. But anyway, before we get back to the booty and where you ate, because Kate's never late, and the show started at 8. And anyway, I could rhyme mate and great. Anyway, great. Let's do that. Okay, so right now is the time in the show where we do a little thing called Ask Natalie Advice, because Natalie, I don't know if you know this, is a nationally syndicated advice columnist, and she gets some juicy questions, and she runs them. Usually it's just me she throws them off of, and it makes me look really awkward and makes me feel silly and like an old man. But now that you're here, I feel like we can all get embarrassed and answer these questions. So Natalie, wait, Dave, let's roll a graphic.
There it is.
That's right.
Love it.
There it is, folks.
Might have to have a shot of tequila for this.
Please,
yeah, do it.
Please. I'll do it with you, actually.
All
right. So, Natalie, before you do that, I'm gonna have to grab a bottle of tequila here.
Now I feel left out because I don't have any tequila, but that's okay.
There you go.
Sounds like a YP.
All right. Over here, it's tequila and pirate booty.
That's actually that's good night.
The only thing that'd be better if it was rum.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
wait a second, guys. I think we have a note from the booth that there is some magic happening for this Ask Natalie Advice. It will not just be Kate Romane. I think we'll have the whole ATP crew, because look who just showed up. That's right. Jay BRACEY's going to be here as well. I'll have to clue him in. But that's right. You're getting a little. All right. So, he doesn't know that he's on right now, but that is a beautiful backdrop. Let's just leave that up there. He'll just be surprised when he comes there. All right. So, by the way, Allies is tomorrow, in case you guys didn't know that. Very exciting.
There he is.
Hey, there he is. He's going to unmute himself.
Can you hear me?
Yes, so he can. Surprise.
Yo, what's good with y'all?
Nothing much. Day, I want to fill you in. We're going out of order. We're kind of free jazzing it. We got the whole crew here tonight. We're going to go through a little segment called Ask Natalie Advice. So we're going to go through. So she's got some advice column questions that she's going to run past us, and she's going to throw it against all of us, and then see what we have to say about it.
Sweet.
All right. So now you're caught up. Day's here. So the entire Alone Together regular contributors are in one spot. Peter, you going to hang for this too?
Do you want me to leave?
No, I was like, it was like an exciting, jovial. We're all doing this thing here.
We're free jazz.
I passed the mic to Natalie and find out what advice are people looking for.
Okay, so here I got a couple of good questions for this week. So this one says, "Dear Natalie, I recently got engaged after waiting a long time for my boyfriend to propose. We went to look at rings the other day, and I found one that I really liked. It was a bit out of his price range, and I told him that I wanted that specific ring, and he turned to me and he said, 'If you want that ring, you need to buy it yourself.' It turned into a big argument in the store. I was mortified that he would say that to me. I should not have to buy my own ring, and he never should have said that to me. What should I do? He has shown me options of what he can afford, and I don't want them. So now what?"
Okay. Could you just go over that first part one more time?
Sure.
Just real quick.
They recently got engaged, and they went to look at rings, and she found one, she found the one that she really liked, but it was a bit out of his range. And she told him that she wanted that specific ring, and he basically said, "If you want it, you have to buy it yourself."
Okay. All right, that's how I thought that was phrased, but I wasn't sure if there was a thing there. I might throw this to Kate, Pete, or Day before I chime in on my initial reactions? Day?
I mean, that's
First and foremost, why are we still spending money on rings for AME? Like that sounds like a terrible investment. Stocks are a thing. Dogecoin is a thing. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things that we can spend our money on outside of a ring. But ultimately, I mean, in a relationship, it sounds like she just is in the relationship with the wrong person. Like if he values that and he doesn't, then that's like, you know what I mean? That's not the right person ultimately. Yeah, I mean, I'm not in a relationship with somebody that's going to be like, I need this like $10,000 ring, because that's not a relationship anymore, man. That's a referral, right? Yeah, you know I mean, that's a hookup. I gotta send you elsewhere after that. Thank you. Thanks for the good times. But we on to something else now. You know what I mean? Let's go our separate ways. Maybe you got some cheap friends that I can hook up with, right? You know what I mean? And we don't have to be mad about it. So, that's what I feel about it. You know what I mean? Like, ain't nobody wrong in it. It's just who do you want to be with, right? And how do you want to invest your money and time? I want to invest my money in Bitcoins and booze. That's You ask me to spend $10,000 on some booze, I might indulge you, right?
But which one of those has a longer shelf life?
On that relationship, this beer.
All right, so Kate, you were going to chime in.
I mean, I'm with Day on this. It's like that. It sounds like you guys need to invest in some therapy first. Like, it's a red flag if you're all, you know what I mean? Like, money is a big thing. What you guys want to invest in, and if it's all coming down to your ring and you're not hearing each other, big red flag. Big red flag.
Richard Parsakian said, "Ask Beyonce on this one." So here's my question with this, right? What was it like? Was he joking? Like, well, you buy it then. Like, I'm not like, first off, they've already talked about they're going to get married, right? So this isn't like a surprise ring proposal.
Right.
So they've already, they say, hey, let's get married. Let's get married. Okay, let's get married. What was he? First off, one, for the woman in the relationship to say like, I want this ring or nothing. That's throwing down a serious gauntlet early. You know what I mean? That's not a red flag. That's a red cape. That's like a red house. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's not just with a red flag on top of it, like well lit in red, covered in blood, like The Shining. But like, no, it's just that always kind of makes me uncomfortable, right? From the starting point. But like, she seems like she's upset that he was like, you have to buy, then you want the ring, then you buy it. It's kind of like that. That's almost like it's a $10,000 ring. I make $30,000 a year. Like, what do you want from me? Like I've got student loans to pay back. Like what do you like? I don't have that kind of a job. So it's like, I don't know. Their expectations are going to be set in a real out of whack place. Pete, did you have anything to add?
I just don't understand these kind of people. I'm not materialistic in that way. My wife and I don't even have wedding rings. I didn't get her an engagement ring. We don't have bands. Like, I just don't understand people who are like, investing what could be a lot of money on a ring. For what?
Tara Mays just said, if he goes into debt for a ring, then she should buy him a car. All right, go ahead.
Now we just trade debt. Now it's Christmas. We just trade debt with each other. And be friends and family. Everybody trade debt. Everybody go deeper into the hole for fucking Capital One. You know what I mean? What's in your bank account? Right? No, yeah. I mean, but these are conversations you be having from the gate. Ain't these like day one conversations, like first date?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah. I think this is like a difference in value systems. And what I thought was interesting was she had said that she had waited a long time to get engaged. So I think that this was already set up that she felt like something was owed to her because she had stuck this out. So I think there was this sense of like, well, I waited all this time and now he's not getting me the ring that I want. And I said, if this ring is so important to you, like, then make up the difference. Like, ask him what his budget was originally and then say, okay, well, this is the ring I wanted, so I'll chip in the extra $5,000 or something if that's really what it comes down to. But at the same time, like, if you're really basing this future on this inanimate object, then I think we have like bigger issues in the relationship, because you, like, to your point, you guys, you don't want to yes, bigger issue. I'm very Italian, very tonight. So it's just like, do you really want to start your relationship off this way, this next phase, when you're in debt?
Is this what you answered?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. So do you normally, is it rare that you have an occasion where you kind of feel like you almost might disagree with the person who's asking you the question? Like, I think like you're wrong.
I did disagree with her.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is that a rare thing for you?
Oh yeah.
That's her asking, I want the ring, and that's her husband with the knife.
Yeah.
Like, I want the ring right now. I don't want to pay for the ring. I don't.
Yeah, I think what I try to do is just try to understand where they're possibly coming from and get into that headspace, because if you just come at somebody, it's just, to me, I don't think you get very far if you're trying to actually, answer someone in a way that's thoughtful and possibly could be helpful down the road, because this is not an issue about a ring. I mean, obviously this is an issue about the relationship.
All right, let's go one more.
Okay.
Let's do one more of these, and then
this one's a little more serious. So this one says, because of the pandemic, my husband and I experienced some major financial turmoil this year, and we are now both working multiple jobs.
They should buy each other rings.
Yeah, exactly. So we're now working multiple jobs to make ends meet, and sometimes, some months they still don't, which leaves us very little time to see each other. There's just one day a week where we do find time together, but the household chores pile up, and we just need a break, and there isn't one. What can we do to reconnect with one another? This is taking such a toll on our relationship.
Make sweet romance.
Yeah.
That costs no money. Just need a little bit of time.
Go on, Kate. Tell me more about that. Give me that pirate booty answer. So just sweet romance. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. Find the time. Take time to make time is basically what Kate's saying there.
I like the little eyebrow raise. I was sort of reading between the lines there.
So wait. So you're saying, wait. She say that again. She's saying that like they broke but in love.
Well, they're married, and because of COVID, they both like lost their jobs, and so they have to now work multiple jobs to try to make ends meet, and so they just have like so little time together now.
They need to reconnect.
And they're really stressed out, and they just don't feel like they get to see each other at all. And she was just wondering what to do.
Oh shit! I mean, honestly, like I think poverty, right? Like what can you do like in poverty? And that's the problem with poverty, is that there's not a lot of choice. What is choice? It's not like you're choosing to not, you know what I mean? Like, like I think that ultimately, it's a matter of, like dating when you're broke is already hard, right? You know what I mean? Like, not everybody is able to take somebody out and show them a good time or whatever, or even have that time to see each other. So, I mean, ultimately, if both parties are understanding of that, like, I mean, I think that's what it is that like you just cherish the time that you do have whenever you do. And I mean, like, because it's not like, because I mean, what's the alternative? You break up and then what? You're going to date somebody else? Like, you ain't got time to date anybody else. Like, so if you both are under the understanding that like you don't have time and that like you want to be together, it's just a matter of just like, I mean, unfortunately, grinding it out until you get to a better place. I mean, there's not a whole lot of options other than saying, you know what, I don't have enough time for this right now and I'm gonna go elsewhere. But I mean, if you're both in love and both willing to, like again, and your alternative again is nobody. So like it's either wait it out or.
But yeah, are they looking for like a way to reconnect? Is that what like the gist of this is? Like, we're still doing this, but I mean, are they looking for like a, hey, go to this place kind of a thing? I don't know.
He's frustrated.
Yeah, this to me felt just like this frustration where she was, this person that wrote to me was just like, and we like one day a week where we have some time together, but we have to do all the things around a house that you need to do. And I was just of the mind of like, well, then just let the dishes pile up for that day. If it means getting to like just hang out or go for a walk or order a pizza or whatever, like that you're able to do, because these issues are so much bigger than them. I mean, if we look at it from like a systemic perspective, to Dave's point, So it's just like, what can you do other than just wait it out or do what you can with the time you have? Like, let the dishes sit in the sink. Who cares if that means you get to spend another hour together and that's what you'd rather do? That was kind of the approach I took.
Right on.
Yeah, like reprioritize. At least just create some space for each other around it. To be like, we're not going to take on those responsibilities, and we're on the same page that we both want to see each other. Like,
and remember that we've just been living through a hopefully once in a lifetime emergency pandemic. You know what I mean? Which we're trying to. I haven't seen that in a while, Dave.
I slipped. That was just a slip, but it was perfect.
It was just like interesting to see these two letters at the same time. Or the one that's bitching about
like,
not
where's my ring?
Diamond, and then the other one is just like they're just trying to find.
Where's my ring? And like, I need 15 minutes and a clean sink. like literally, like we're holding on by a thread. I just want someone to do my dishes.
Yeah.
So I can sit on a couch and hold someone's hand and watch some Netflix that everyone else seems to be doing for a year and a half.
Exactly.
Yeah, I feel that. Oh, the money. There it is. That's some money pit clip. That's good. All right. Yeah. Well, Natalie, we are running short on time, but Natalie, if you want to hang, Day, you want to hang? I was thinking we would just like kind of like all kind of free jazz this. We're gonna go. We could talk beer, or we could talk Kate's exploits into takeout this week. And then we could parlay that into beer, but we could all kind of chat together. How's everybody feeling tonight?
Yeah, I unfortunately have to like build this goddamn festival. I'm sorry.
Let's go beer.
I just left the brewery and then I'm about to go to another. Like it's insane.
Fine. That's why I threw it out there. So did you have any fresh beer you want to talk about? Or you want to talk about Fresh Fest real quick?
Barrel and Flow.
Oh my God, Barrel and Flow. I'm sorry, Flow Fest. I'm looking at your shirt. I just went on to autopilot, man. There was a year on the other one. I'm sorry.
No, I mean
Barrel and Flow.
No, I mean honestly, like I just came from a dope ass brewery that's opening up tomorrow. It's in Garfield. Sat down with the owner, Mike. Sat down with Steph. She used to run very local. One of the best producers in the city. And two phrase, sitting down with the owner, he wants to be a good neighbor. The brewery wants to be a good neighbor. They're connected with the art scene down there. If anybody knows of Nina and the art car, there's Boom Concepts. There's a lot of good folks that they've reached out to, and this is their Kolsch. They're making really clean beer down there, and they're really trying to engage the community and hire within the community, not just like, oh hey, come buy our beer, but they're like, hey, and for anybody listening, they are hiring, and not only are they hiring for an assistant brewer, they're hiring an assistant brewer with zero experience. They do want to work with somebody from the ground up, and they do want to, they chose this brewery for the purpose of enhancing a neighborhood as opposed to being the harbinger of gentrification, which I mean we all see shady side, man, like, and without diligence, Garfield and everywhere else will be the same thing. So it was dope getting to hear their story, drink some of their beer, and I'm hoping to help them out in their journey as much as I can. I don't know much of shit other than to talk shit and drink it, but like I said, these folks, they seem to be on the up and up, and they seem to be to making the right steps. So this is their Kolsch. It's a 4.5%. Got a little honey in it, so got a little bit of sweetness to add to the malt, and it's crushable. You can crush a few of these, and it's like a baseball beer but with flavor. And I'm super excited to have gotten to try that.
I'm sold.
And then they also got, if you're into the big boys, they've got this the Imperial IPA, West Coast. That's the Quiet Loud. They've got the Juicy IPA, which is called Juicy, and then they've got Jen's Porter, which I have not had yet, but I'm told that this is the thing that he's most proud of. So I'm looking forward to getting into that. And they're looking at arts initiatives for the labels, hooking up with photographers, artists in the area to do a series where they're showcasing a different artist, through that series, which is dope. Again, part of what we do with FlowFest is try to connect people who aren't brewing, people who aren't, interested in being in the brew industry, to the brew industry, because you don't have to brew, you don't have to own a brewery to make money off of it. So this artist, the artists that they bring in are going to make money doing what they already do, and they're going to enhance their brand by being associated and marketed through these beers. So that's what that's what I did a little earlier today. I just came from Two Phrase, and I'm on my way to another engagement to see what we can do with the community, because this festival doesn't do shit unless Black folks, the art community is prospering as a result. So
about the festival day, is there a early bird discount going, or is that
discount? I mean, now listen, man, you got until May 31st, 15% off. That's even on the VIP ticket. That's $60 off that VIP ticket. First time now we put that 15% out there, and I saw that $60 come off. I was like, ooh, shit, I ain't think about that. But you know what? The early bird gets the worm, man. So May 31st. Also, again, listen. Also, artists. I like these artists, these breweries. Like everything shuts off at May 31st. If you want to be a part of this festival, May 31st. We do not have a lot of room. We do not have a lot of. We've been doing this for 4 months. You ain't get your application in. What is you doing, bruh? So stop hitting me up. Is the applications open? Yeah, they've been open for 4 months now. Get them in before May 31st. If not, it's a hard cutoff. We were like, oh, well, maybe no, it's a hard cutoff at May 31st, man. We got, and I appreciate Alone Together. I appreciate everybody that has helped us with the drive. We have gotten nearly 200 artist applications, which is fucking phenomenal. Nice. So shout out to the folks getting the word out there. We are currently up to 60 breweries in person, and with the COVIDs and whatnot, that's enough. If your brewery don't get in, we're going to be cool. But if you want to get in, we would love to work with you. But May 31st, please get your applications in. And
there's a limited number of tickets all over, and especially the VIP.
The VIP is only 250 tickets, but there are 5,000 tickets. I mean, if you're looking to buy tickets, you could buy tickets. I mean, there's plenty of tickets. But if you want to be involved with the festival, May 31st is the cutoff. So, gotcha. I mean, shout out to all the folks that are already involved, everybody that's helped us promote this and whatnot, and shout out to the folks that we'll be working with over the next couple of months to bring this to the community. Man, there's a lot of exciting things going on, and I can't wait until September 12th, the day after, when everybody sees how dope it really was. I can stop talking about it. It can actually walk on its own legs.
Awesome. Awesome. Dave, thank you so much. I know you got another place to be tonight. Thank you for checking in. I need to check out that beer.
Yes, you do.
Like legitimately, your description of those three are like my wheelhouse. So, all right. And that's rare that happens, but that was it. All right. So thank you, Day. Everybody check out Barrel and Flow Fest. Go to the website. We got the link in the comments, and check out that swag. Even if you can't make it to the fest, I would sport this merchandise year round.
Appreciate that, sir.
All right. Thank you, Day. All right. Every Friday, Day comes in, talks about local brews, and gives us updates on the Barrel and Flow Fest. Not to be confused with any other festival that I might have said earlier on in the show. Anyway, getting back to things now. We're going to parlay. We're going to shift gears. We're going to get to Kate Romane and find out what Kate ate. Let's do it here right now. Let's find out a lot about this. Kate, are you still with us?
Here I am.
Oh, here you are. See you, love you.
I want those t-shirts. I want to go to that Flow Fest. That looks awesome.
It's gonna be great. Like every weekday comes on and gives us like new little tidbits that are happening, new people that have signed up for it. I'm really excited about it. The DigiFest they did last year was dope. This is just something awesome.
Yeah.
So Kate, what did you eat?
Okay.
This week?
Real quick. This is what I ate. I went last night. I happened to be out in the South Hills visiting a friend, awesome friend out there, and I got 2 slices of Fiore's. I haven't had it in a year. Oh my God. It was great. Fiore's
Okay.
pizza. Cheese.
Just keep saying the name. Fiore's pizza.
Pizza.
I love it. I was telling you this earlier. I cannot go through the Liberty tubes without having to stop. I can't not. So I haven't had it in a year and a half plus. How does it hold up?
Great. Oh, it was so good. I ate it hot, melting down my face.
They got new boxes.
Yeah. I literally it was right out of the oven.
Did you just get plain, or did you get pepperoni, or what'd you get? What were the toppings?
Cheese.
Cheese.
Just 2 slices of cheese. It's a lot of fucking cheese. That's all I have to say.
It's so good. And I love Fiore's lineage to be like caught into that, like even have a taste of the Aiello's, Minio's offshoot kind of a thing. Like have to be like had their own recipe to it.
Yeah. Dave and I were talking. There is people who have strong feelings about Fiore's. We're like, no fucking way. It's the sweet sauce. I'm a fan. I love the sweet sauce.
People said no fucking way. People don't like it.
There are people that are like, not my scene, which I totally get. But it is my scene. I love it. I do love it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, it's a it's a taste issue. You know what I mean? It's like what do you like? There's certain foods people like that I don't go crazy for. But Fiore's pizza is just if I live closer to Fiore, if it was on the other side of the river, I would probably be at least 20 pounds more heavier.
Yeah, it's a good spot. It's a super good spot. It's delicious.
All right.
So I don't remember when Hal did his deep dive into pizza if he went to Fiore's, but
we did when we did how we did the burger tour years ago, and then we did the pizza tour soon after that. We went to 13 pizza places in one day.
Ouch.
Fiore, I mean, the burger thing was actually more uncomfortable. To have 10 burgers was the rough thing. But the pizza thing, we went to Fiore's, and Mr. Fiore himself was still working there, and they did not want to be involved in any like rankings. They didn't want to be like, who's the #1 pizza in Pittsburgh? They didn't want to be involved in any of that. So we weren't looking for the best. We were just doing little write-ups on it. And Brad Stevenson, who did the tour with me, was like, hey, I'm freedom of the press, sir. I could do whatever we want. And I was like, Brad, go wait in the car. And I just went and talked to him. I was like, Mr. Fiore, we love your pizza. There's not a poll. There's not a listing. And like, he just chilled out, gave us T-shirts, which had I known you were there, I'd be wearing mine right now. And just like sat and hung out with us and gave us like the whole story about how he did it, and like was totally cool. But like, he was hot for a minute there. Like, yeah, like it was great. It made me like the pizza even more.
Yeah. He was there last night.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Pete.
Yeah.
So you ate it there, Kate?
No, I ate it in the tunnel on the way home. I was just couldn't. It was nasty. I was like, I'm gonna wreck this car because I'm gonna burn myself. But I took the risk. It was good. It was so good.
That's awesome. All right, where else did you go? What else did you do? Did they have pesto sauce? Is what Richard Parsakian was asking.
No, I don't know if they have pesto there.
I've never deviated.
I get the same thing every time.
I've never deviated either. I think I've done 1 pepperoni, 1 plain.
Yeah, I think I've done the pepperoni once.
Really, Pete?
Yeah, never made it there.
And now you're on the veg side. Are you the vegan side of this?
Yeah. They probably don't have vegan pizza.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Get out of here. All right, Kate, where else did you go?
B52. We got a big spread today for lunch at the Black Radish. Because, we all love it. It's so good, but they're only open during the day, so we have to venture out. We picked up a bunch of wraps.
So what is B52? Tell us about it.
B52 is vegan. It's Omar, who has Allegro Bakery, has a vegan restaurant in Lawrenceville. It's
a 9 to 5-er.
Yeah, I think they close at like 2 or 3. Like it is literally, I mean, you can get pancakes and sandwiches.
Breakfast and lunch.
Yeah, breakfast and lunch. It's so good.
They used to do dinner, but right before the pandemic, they cut back their hours, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
It's interesting to do that in Lawrenceville. I'm glad they're successful. It must be really wow.
I mean, their food is fantastic. I don't know what you thought.
It's so tasty. You would not even. I mean, it is vegan, but it's just. I mean, I know that some people will be like, "Oh, I don't know," but it's so good and it's so filling. It's so filling. It's delicious.
Your description of both restaurants so far is some people say it's not my scene, but it is my scene.
It is my scene.
I think that's the misconception, though. When people say like vegan food, you think, oh, is it just like, bird food or like, salads? And it's like, no, like their kofta sandwich is really good. Like their hummuses spreads are really good. All their salads are really good. I mean, they make great fries. Like their dips are all really good. Like, their bread is all made at Allegro. So it's like, it's
Kate,
like hearty food.
What am I looking at, Kate?
Okay, so we got so much stuff.
Yes, you did. Jesus.
So they have a fried cauliflower. That's awesome. We got that. They have these fried oyster mushrooms. So that's all the like little brown boxes. Fried oyster mushrooms, dynamite. We got 2 wraps of the cashew cheese. One that has cucumber. It tastes like, your classic like cream cheese cucumber sandwich, but it's like Pete said, it's very filling and it's very flavorful. There was like mint in it. It was so good. And then we got a falafel wrap.
Ooh. We
got the
I'm really hungry. I'm really hungry right now.
Yeah, man, it was good. And then we also got there's a melt that they do that has like coleslaw, and I want to say it's like beet, and it's more like a sandwich, and it was very filling, super good.
It wasn't the kofta, it was the beef or the beets. I'm sorry.
The beet.
Nice. I haven't had that one yet.
It was yummy.
Richard Parsakian just said that they took Cal Abraham there, the amazing Cal Abraham, with soy sauce, Stacy Pearl, and Richard Parsakian. There's like an art fest at the B52. But go on. What else did you have there?
Yeah, and then we got just some other sauces, and that was it. We had a little leftover salad from what we're doing for the weekend, and we added to it, but it was super good. Everyone really, really loves it there. And I think he's also doing some sandwiches out of the bakery at Squirrel Hill, which are also very delicious.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I try to go to that bakery like once a week.
Yeah.
And just load up on bread, and like their cookies are really good. Their cake is good. Their sandwiches are great. Like it's
Pete, when you went vegan, did you find yourself eating a lot more bread?
At first, yeah, I've kind of tapered off of it, but yeah, at first I was eating a lot of bread because I love their bread from Allegro is so good.
It's amazing.
We would get, and then my daughter really likes the olive loaf there, so we would get the olive loaf and then their cashew cheese, and it's like I could just eat slice after slice of that. And I don't even like olives, but I love that olive loaf. So
yeah, that olive loaf is really good.
Well, the olives are also a nice feature in the American calzone that Kate Romane and Black Radish Kitchen makes. The olives kind of make that bad. I'm just want to bring that up again. But Kate, tell me, what else you got, Kate? Any other things?
Oh, so the other thing is that we're starting to get a lot of stuff from farms, and it is literally radish season at the Black Radish. And we did a roasted radish and turnip thing to go with our belly baskets that we're doing, and they were really good. Like the radishes are just popping and they're beautiful, and they came from Tiny Seed, which is one of our partners on our belly basket prepared food CSA that we do every Wednesday that you can get delivered to your house.
So every Wednesday, so someone can get in on that CSA like tomorrow for this upcoming Wednesday, get delivered to their house.
Yes. Yeah. And we try and feature, we work with a few different farms. We're working with a new farm out of Ohio called Christopher Springs Farm. We work with Churchview, Tiny Seed, and we always work with Casey Renee and Wild Rice Bakery.
Casey Renee did a couple of cakes for the Jordan household over the last couple of weeks.
There was a birthday.
There was a birthday. There was Pepper's birthday, but Eileen got me a Casey Renee cake for my birthday, which was on the 13th, which you shared with me. You didn't have the cake, but you were here for the party. We watched Rocky.
Actually, I saw a picture of that on Casey Renee's Instagram.
Get out.
Yeah, birthday patch, I think it said.
It did. My cake was famous. It's my cake is now an influencer. My birthday cake is a social media. I wouldn't be surprised if Casey put Pepper's cake on there too, because it was gorgeous. What was
the cake? Did you go with the red velvet?
No. It was like a strawberry. Hold on a second, Dave. I'm going to text you this. I'm going to find it. Talk amongst yourselves. I've got a couple of cake photos here. So anyway,
she's doing some seasonal stuff right now. That's really
her shops. I mean, she's in her storefront. She's got the shop. So and where
is it just you have to specifically order from her?
Yeah, you can order from her directly. I think the link is on all of her social media.
But she doesn't have like a walk-in bakery. It's just like a specific made to order.
Right now, I think eventually she just
there's COVID
during the
stuff
pandemic.
right now.
Yeah, so I think it's order ahead at the moment. She is doing a Sunday tea.
Yeah, it's you order ahead, you knock on the door. Yeah, the Sunday tea.
Yeah, she's doing a Sunday tea that you can.
What's going on, Patrick?
There's a little delay there, babe. But a Sunday tea. She does have like a storefront there that she's going to activate eventually. Sunday tea is you can go and have a little private party there, you can book to go to her Sunday tea, which is tea and all of her delicious goodies.
Nice.
Yeah.
Those look good.
Yeah. I can't hear.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Do tell.
Yeah, sorry. I'm on a delay and it's throwing me off and my timing was off. I interrupted Kate and now I muted myself. And anyway, episode 190 in the books. I want to thank y'all for coming out tonight. It's been a real doozy, real barn burner. Dave, check your text to your personal one, not the team chat. So yeah, Casey Renee does fantastic stuff. Kate, another thing about the belly baskets.
Yes.
Oh, look at this. Check this picture out. Dave, drop the logo.
My God. There's a giraffe.
This is Pepper's cake. There's a giraffe. Pull that logo down real quick, just because she's covered. See those little fingerprints? Pepper started just digging at the cake before we could sing to her and cut at it. She just kept like scooping, like it didn't matter. No one could stop her. She was a beast. So she just scooped it up.
It's her birthday.
Well, no, it was my favorite part of the cake was her little finger. Was her finger scoops in it. Yeah. So it was a zoo themed birthday party. So yeah, Casey Renee, look at that cake.
Oh my God, that's gorgeous.
Yeah. That's what my cake looked like when I was 3. So, but anyway, yeah, you get the point. She does great stuff. Check out Casey Renee's stuff. So is anything else popping off, Kate, before we sign off here tonight?
You know, we were getting out. We sold Memorial Day weekend sides. So we lots of mayonnaise, man. I don't even fucking know how much potato salad was going out today, but we were working through. It goes out tomorrow to people who ordered ahead on Black Radish site. But lots and lots of baked beans.
Oh wow.
Potato salad, all the classics, coleslaw, mac and cheese.
I want all of that. This has been one of the most frustrating episodes from the technicals perspective for me, plus the fact that I'm friggin' starving right now from the 3. And I really want that beer that Dave was talking about.
Yeah, that beer sounded good.
Yeah, so like between that beer, your sides, the Fiore's pizza, and I got to go to that place and get some vegan food. I think it's and the booty. Yeah,
you should go to B52. Hit it up.
So can people get the belly baskets just at blackradishkitchen.com and they can just order it? Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, and it's if you want to know what's going to be in it, because it's kind of a mystery basket. Like we get stuff from the farm and then we write the menu. So every Monday I put out an email. If you sign up for our email list, you can find out about more stuff that we're selling in delivery services, and things like the sides packages, but also you can find out what's actually going to be coming in on those belly baskets. So
When do you have to get in on the order?
by 5 o'clock on Tuesday.
5 o'clock Tuesday. That's cool.
Yeah.
And I got a question for you because I dropped the ball on this. My dad wanted the crab cakes and I didn't get the order in time, and that's on me. Are you going to be doing that again?
That was pretty popular. That was people were really like, so yeah, we are going to do that again. Probably once summer starts to pop off, we're going to do another lobster roll. That was also a good kit. We did lobster rolls last summer.
I remember. Yeah. Okay. Tip me. Just be sure to tip me off, Dad, if you're still watching right now. Yeah, I'll get you those crab cakes before the summer's over. I promise.
Yeah, we'll look you up.
But anyway, Kate, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, and Natalie had to leave, as did Day. So we got our fun chat in early on the Q&A. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. Remember, we are not doing our regularly scheduled programming tomorrow. It is Allies Ball night. That's right. That is Allies Ball Eve. We are very excited about this. So be sure to tune in to find out what's been going on at the Allies Ball. It sounds like it's going to be either the most amazing release of awesomeness or just the regular amount of awesomeness. I can't tell which. I'm going to tune in and find out. Dave, are you excited for the Allies Ball tomorrow?
You bet it.
Pete, are you excited for the Allies Ball tomorrow?
Eh.
Oh,
Sure.
jeez. Oh my goodness.
I just feel like
Put
I
on
gotta
some
douse
suntan
myself.
lotion, Pete. Head on
I know.
out there,
I'm
man.
like,
We're gonna have a blast.
I think I'm having heat stroke or something. So
We had a blast last year. This year is going to be twice the fun, 3 times the fun.
Is it also in person?
Yeah, it's like a whole. It's kind of like got like an MTV summer spring break in another dimension in the 1970s in the future. It's got a whole thing. It's a concept, high concept, super fun. Everybody take psychedelics. Everybody lose their mind.
I gotta write that. I gotta write that down. MTV spring break in the 70s on psychedelics, and it's gonna be fun. Right? Did I miss anything? Did I leave anything out? Anyway, thank you all very much for being here tonight. Thank you to Dave BRACEY. Thank you to Natalie Bensavenga. Thank you obviously to Black Radish's own Kate Romane. As for Pete Spinda, Dave Mansueto, myself, thank you for tuning in. Finishing 190 episodes. Episode 191 is tomorrow. Thank you all very much. Take care of each other. Remind your friends to get that shot, and still wear a mask when you need to. Thank you all. We're back tomorrow night at Allies Ball.
Oh, my favorite movie.